Hi, Hiram here. Yesterday I did a little flame test between these three Fancee Feest type stoves. This is the SuperLite backpacking alcohol stove, my Fancee Feest stove, and Zelph's Fancee Feest stove, spelled differently. But I did a little flame test with that to show you what they look like. And I got a lot of requests from people, like from Dirk Stabins. He said that it's been too long since I've made a video that made him this excited. I really don't know what to say to that. But he also said, I can't wait to see how these stoves do head to head. A couple of people had asked me to do something like that. And the only thing I could come up with where I had three pots that were exactly the same is with these. These are zebra pots. They're water bowls, 15 centimeters. It's the only thing that I have around here that I have three exactly of them. So I've got two cups of water sitting in each one of them. They've been setting out here, so they got to be room temperature at about 50.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Each of the burners has 2 fluid ounces of methanol in there, and it's been setting with cans on top of them to let the alcohol soak into the liners that's in it. This one's carbon felt, mine's carbon felt, and this one looks like fiberglass cloth. Now normally with my stove I can set a pot on there and start it from outside, but I'm afraid I didn't have a whole lot of luck starting these two before. But I'm going to use my big match and see what we can do with this. So let's light these. Make sure that the outsides are going. Come on. I think the carbon felt on this one's getting a little old. There we go, now they're going. Put the pots of water on, and I'll start a timer on the screen. We're now 2 minutes into the test. I just wanted to show you what the flames look like. The one that you see on the right, or rather the left, is the SuperLite. The one in the middle in the back is my Fancee Feest, and the one on the right is Zelph's Fancee Feest stove. You can see that mine and the SuperLite seem to have the largest flames, but that doesn't necessarily mean, I guess, the most heat. So we'll see what happens here. We are now 5 minutes into the test according to this timer. We've got bubbles on all of them, a little bit of steam coming up. This isn't going to be a very scientific test because just the bubbles don't really mean anything about the temperature, because all kinds of variables in there, but just to kind of give us a little bit of an indication. Still just a couple of bubbles. The room here or the room temperature here on the desk, the bench has gone up to 52.5, so they're heating up the place. But what I'm going to do now is I'll just leave the camera on here and I'll just speed it up until we get to the point where it looks like they're boiling. We're now at 7 minutes. It's not quite a rolling boil, but both the SuperLite and mine have more bubbles coming up. It's just short of a rolling boil. It's still just bubbles on the Zelph's Fancee Feest. Anyway, nowhere near the bubbles as the other two. These two are pretty much neck and neck. Now without lids, I don't know if we'll really get to a rolling boil, but we'll see here. Going on 7 minutes 38 seconds. Now I tried to make this a fair test. 3 bowls exactly the same, stainless steel, same amount of water, same amount of alcohol in the burners. Still don't have a boil here. Now I know I'm going to get some people saying, well, it's not a fast stove, it's an efficient stove. I guess to do that, I'd have to do this same test, but just see how long they last, how long the alcohol lasts in them. Okay, we're 8 minutes and 30 seconds. I guess pretty near a rolling boil. Still just bubbles on this, on the Zelph stove. Hot, but not a rolling boil. Okay, I guess I'll extend this and let's see how long these will burn to. See which ones go out first and which ones last longer. Okay, Zelph's Fancee Feest is going. Let's say gone at 21:54. Okay. So that was the 3 pots, the SuperLite stove, my Fancee Feest, and Zelph's Fancee Feest. These two got to a rolling boil fairly fast, and I mean it was a nice rolling boil. Zelph's Fancee Feest never really did get to a hard rolling boil, but it did boil. So as far as safety of water and stuff, they would all produce biologically safe water. The SuperLite ran out then at 14 minutes 39 seconds. My stove ran out in 16 minutes 34 seconds, so about 2 minutes. Mine lasted about 2 minutes longer. And then Zelph stove ran for 21:54, so that's like 5 minutes more, a little bit more than 5 minutes more. So just off the top of my head, let me take these off. I would say that, oops, hang on. These two, the carbon felt ones, put out a lot of BTUs, a lot of good heat. That's why I used mine for melting snow. This one and the larger version of it, I like the BTUs that it cranked out. This, I just noticed something. This one on Zelph's stove, I think I just see now why I might be having problems getting it started. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, where there are nicks in the bottom of this tube so that the alcohol can get out to the liners. In this one there's 4 little nicks at the bottom of the stove. I think it's about 4 or 5 on mine at the bottom, so that the alcohol can go out and go right over to the carbon felt. There's nothing on the bottom of this. This tube is just shoved right down to the bottom, so that might be why I'm having a hard time getting the burner to light on the outside. Normally on mine, I could just put a pot on and light it with the pot in place. I don't think I can do that with this, and this might be the reason why. I don't know if this is how he normally makes it, or if this one just got missed with that. Anyway, just an observation. So for those of you that asked for it, here was a head-to-head. It's hard to say, you know, this is efficient, I guess, because it took the 2 fluid ounces and burned for almost 22 minutes. These two took the 2 fluid ounces and cranked it out to get boiling water faster, and then ran out a bit shorter. So like I said, I hope that helps those that asked for this. I thank you for watching. I look forward to your input, questions, remarks, helpful suggestions. And as always, watch for my buddy Max. Bye now.